Welcome you all for this course on universal human values. The quality of life in a society depends on the values the people in the society promote and pursue, and hence the subject of human values is not just of any academic interest, but it is of great practical significance. This course, Universal Human Values, starts with lecture 1 today. The topic for lecture 1 is basic human aspiration, that is happiness. The contents of lecture 1 are divided into 3 convenient parts to avoid monotony and to reduce the length of the lecture. So today in this part 1 we are going to cover, apart from introduction, what is basic human aspiration, what is the significance of value education, and what are the guidelines for value education so that it is acceptable to everyone. So in the next part, the part 2 to come, will cover the process of value education, which is self-exploration, and natural acceptance, which is the key to self-exploration, and followed by characteristics of natural acceptance, and we will also have a look at the significance of universal human values, which will help us in fulfilling our basic human aspiration. Now part 3 consists of defining what is happiness and what is the key to happiness, and we will summarize the lecture. So let's start with the part 1. Now before I start, I can just introduce the certifications that have been done by me, that is the NPTEL course on ethics by IIT Madras. This was done in 2017, followed by AICTE Faculty Development Program that has been organized online under 3 levels. Under the first level for induction, which is titled as Inculcating Universal Human Values in Technical Education, followed by Refresher 1 Faculty Development Program on Universal Human Values, and UHV 2 Faculty Development Program. So all these certifications have been done, and apart from this, another certification by IIT Kharagpur on the science of happiness and well-being, because happiness and well-being are closely related to the human values. This is also an NPTEL course. So with this, let us start part 1 of lecture 1. So all human aspirations, efforts and struggles across the civilizations in the history of mankind is for a fulfilling life. Whatever struggles that have taken place across the times and across the civilizations, it is only for a fulfilling life. So the basic aspiration can be considered as a fulfilling life, and it is common to all people. So what constitutes a fulfilling life? It may vary from person to person's perspective, but generally for a common people, these may be the constituents of a fulfilling life. So the first priority in today's society, earning lot of money is considered as a priority for a fulfilling life, followed by aspiring for power. Okay, more and more power people consider as the life is fulfilled. And similarly, people also aspire for, when power and money are there, they aspire for name and fame. Of course, healthy body is a prerequisite for enjoying the life and also facing the troubles of life with strength. Having a loving family, having harmonious relationships inside and outside the family, these are some of the aspects of the fulfilling life, And also some people have the unique aspiration of touring the world, and if they are able to tour the country, important places of interest in the country or the world, they consider their life as fulfilled. So these are, in the common understanding, these are the aspects of a fulfilling life. But what is the proposal from Universal Human Values, UHV? What is the proposal for a fulfilling life? The first proposal is that a life is considered fulfilled when there is a feeling of happiness within you all the time. So this is the first condition of a fulfilling life. And your body is in good health. This is the second aspect of a fulfilling life, which is proposed by UHV. And you are able to have the required physical facility, and you have a feeling of prosperity. Prosperity is nothing but having required physical facility like food, then shelter and clothes and other physical facilities required. So if you have enough of them, more than required physical facility, you are considered prosperous. So this is one of the aspects of a fulfilling life as proposed by UHV. And the other one is you have good relations with everyone connected to you. Man is a social animal, and therefore this is another essential aspect of a fulfilling life, to have good relationships with everyone connected to you. And if there is chaos, violence, terror in the society, then that is going to disturb our life. Therefore, the next aspect of a fulfilling life as proposed by UHV is there is peace and harmony in the society around you. And we are part of nature. Therefore, the last aspect of a fulfilling life is that you are able to coexist with nature and make effort for an environment that there is no pollution or depletion of resources. And of course, the ultimate aspect of a fulfilling life is that you understand the salient aspects of your own reality as well as the rest of the existence as it is. People say that we see the world not as it is but as we are. So therefore, the ultimate aspect of fulfilling life is to understand this reality about our own existence and also the existence of the world. Okay, so these are some of the aspects of a fulfilling life as proposed by UHV. So, what is the significance of value education? So, we are investing almost 1/4 to 1/3 of our life for education. Okay, therefore, if basic aspiration of a fulfilling life, which is common to all, so this is to be addressed by education. Okay, so a holistic education has to address two aspects adequately. One is what to do, the second one is how to do. So the domain of education dealing with the question how to do is the skill education. All engineering, management, science, technology, medicine, business, everything comes under skill education. The domain of education which addresses the issues related to what to do is called value education. So value education gives us the clarity of our goal, what to do, our basic aspiration. So what is our basic aspiration? Value education gives us this clarity of what is our basic aspiration and what is the program to fulfill this basic aspiration. So that is the significance of value education. Although value education and skill education are complementary to each other, values have priority over skills. Otherwise, the skills gained may become destructive to the humanity and also to the nature. Therefore, value education always has a priority. There are variety of systems of values and ethics that have developed across the civilization during different times, and there has to be coherence between different value systems. The purpose of a value system is to fulfill the basic human aspiration of a fulfilling life, and for that reason there has to be a coherence between different value systems. Otherwise, the differences in the systems of values and ethics, okay, if there are differences, then there will be fight for supremacy of one system over the other, and then there will be coercion, fights, violence and wars. So all these will defeat the very purpose of a value system, which is to ensure a fulfilling life. So there has to be coherence between different value systems. So value education therefore has to be universal, applicable to all human beings at all times and places. Value education shall propose values which do not change with time and place. For example, if you see the feeling of respect, everyone wants to be respected, and to give respect is always a value. So similarly, trust. So these things do not change with time and place. Value education also has to be amenable to reasoning. Okay, it has to be rational, and it shall not be based on dogmas or blind belief. And value education shall not consist of set of sermons or rules in the form of do's and don'ts. So value education has to be natural. It has to be acceptable in a natural manner to all of us. So when value education is naturally acceptable, it leads to mutual fulfillment and happiness. So the guidelines for value education is that the content of value education has to cover all the dimensions of our life in terms of thought, understanding, behavior and work. It has also to encompass all levels of our living, that is, at the level of our life, at the individual level, at the level of the family, society, nature and existence. So value education shall lead to harmony. Finally, value education shall lead to harmony. So these are the guidelines for value education, so that the values that are proposed by value education are acceptable to everyone. There is coherence, and values will be then universally applicable. So value education has to enable us to be in harmony within. Harmony first has to be achieved with the help of value education within, and then harmony also is to be achieved in our dealings with others. So these are the guidelines for value education. So, and we have come to the first part of value education. So to summarize this part of the lecture, civilizations from time immemorial have been striving for a fulfilled life and have been only partially successful. There are multiple aspects of fulfilling life that we have seen in this part of lecture, of which we can focus only on a few because of limitation of time, energy, health and opportunities. Life itself is considered limited. So education, for which we are investing 1/4 to 1/3 of our life, has to therefore address this aspect of fulfilling life. Part of education which addresses the question what to do in life is value education. So value education essentially addresses the basic aspiration for a fulfilling life, which is common for all people. So value education and skill education, they are complementary, but value education has a priority over the skills, because otherwise the skills without values will work against our basic aspiration. Value education also has to be universal, otherwise the differences between different ethical systems will lead to fights and chaos. So value education shall lead to harmony within and also harmony with others. Thank you all for viewing this part of lecture 1. If you like the lecture, click the like button in the YouTube video, and if you have any queries, put them in the comment section. We'll meet in part 2, which deals with process of value education and natural acceptance and the significance of universal human values. Thank you all.